Hi all, welcome to our sixth video in this series. Today we will start the second part of the functions and formula. If you have not watched the first part of this topic, I insist to watch that first. That way you can get the flow of the topic. So let's start our video. We have a table here containing employee data. We'll play on these data for our remaining number functions. While we have completed practicals for sum, product, average, count, quotient and remainder like functions, there are a few related functions which we need to discuss. Before starting practicals on these functions, let me reveal you a $1 million secret in Excel. That is regarding numbers and text. So what do I mean by numbers and text? Numbers and then there is text. So number means, as we understand, 1, 2, 3 and so on are considered as numbers, whereas any string like A, B, C will be considered as text. Now in Excel, numbers are always right aligned, whereas texts are always left aligned. Okay, now what do we mean by right alignment and left alignment? So if we look at column B, all these are text and all of them are left aligned. Whereas if we look at age, all these are numbers and we can see they are right aligned. So if we write ABC in this cell, hit enter, we can see it is left aligned. Okay, but if we write 100 and hit enter, we can see it is right aligned. So Excel automatically aligns it for us, considering it as text and 100 as number. Similarly, if we write DEF, hit enter, it is left aligned, while if we type 200 in this cell and hit enter, it is right aligned. Now let's see what happens if we try doing sum on text as well as number. Is equal to sum, get the range, C, 0. It evaluates the cell as if it is a number or not. For some function, it needs to have a number format. So the evaluation comes as false, which is considered as 0, and that's why we are getting the result as 0. Whereas if we do the same thing with numbers, sum function on number cells and hit enter, we get the actual result. What if we do one text and one number, ABC and then 100? So logically the sum function should consider ABC as 0 because it will try to evaluate as if it is text or number. Because it needs number, the answer is a no, a false statement which is being considered as 0. So result should be 100. Let's check. Is equal to sum, tab, get the range, see, 100. So it has considered ABC as 0 and then given the result as only number. Now let's do some different magic. 200, a number, and then 100, a number. Let's change this number to text format. Click on text and do it okay. See, left alignment. Same we are going to do it with 100. Number format, text. Okay. So we are sure that these numbers are being considered as text because of its alignment. Okay. So what if we try to do the sum function? So logically speaking, what we have seen in the earlier examples, it should come as 0. It is no more a number as per our assumption. So let's try and see what we get through sum function. We are not getting 0, but then the actual result. So why is this unexpected behavior? Even when we have changed this number as text, we are still able to sum it up. So let's see what Excel is considering 200 as. So there is a function to check if this is a number or text by using Isnumber or Istext. So is equal to Isnumber, this cell, hit enter. See, it is still considering 200 as number. Let's check for 100. Isnumber, true. And then for 300 also, while it is left aligned, it will be considered as number. Let's check. See, all are true. And if we check these for text, see, false. Let's check for 100, false, and for 300 also it should be false. False. Why is this weird behavior? Even after changing the format to text, it is not considering values as text and let the sum operation happen. To stop this behavior, Excel wants us to prefix the format of cell to text before entering any data. What do I mean by this? Let's see. So this cell has no value and the format is general. Let's change it to text. Let's do the same for this cell. Do it text. Do OK. Now enter 100 and then enter 200. Now let's try doing sum. See, now it is considering these values as text no matter what we are entering, although they look as number, but now they are being considered as text. And then mathematical functions mostly will not happen on these, similar to what we can see for ABC and DEF like strings. Let's follow bottom-up approach for these functions because we have already covered Isnumber and Istext. So these two are done. Let's start with countBlank. So countBlank, as the name suggests, this function is used to count the blanks in the selection. So for example, we can see in this column, we can see that there is one blank space. So let's see if it returns integer 1 or not. So is equal to countBlank tab and then this range. So we get 1. Now countA. CountA is interesting. Why? Because there are some limitations with count. If you remember correctly, count works just for numerical value. If we try to count how many records are there in name column, we will not find any result. Let's try count first. Count, tab, selection, bracket close, hit enter. See 0. It will not work any values except numerical one. For example, if we try to do for this column is equal to count, since this is numerical, it should give us result. Hit enter 7. So count doesn't work for any non-numerical value. But then if we use is equal to count A, let's see if we get the result. Cool. So count A is the solution for any non-numerical values if we want to count. Then there is countIF. So countIF is interesting. It gives you an option to use some sort of condition. Let's see the function parameter is equal to countIF. So we can give range and then criteria. So for example, this is going to be our range, comma, and criteria, let's give it James, and see 1. What if we repeat James? See, the value also changes to 2. That's how we can use countIF. In this column, countIF can show us interesting result is equal to countIF and then we need to count Latino. So we have 6 Latino entry and thus it is giving us the result 6. SumIF function. So SumIF gives us the option to use condition and we can base that condition on a different column altogether. Let's see it. Is equal to sumIF. So there are 3 arguments. One is range, criteria, and then the sum range. Let's say we want to sum up the age for all the Asian people. Okay, in that case, this is going to be our range for the condition, and then the criteria is Asian, and we want to sum up age, okay, for all the Asians. So that comes to 102. Now if you look at this table, there are 2 people who have their ethnicity as Asian. One is 57 and then another is 45. So 57 plus 45 is 102. So that's the correct one. Now AverageIF. So AverageIF is also same like what sumIF is doing based on a condition. So let's say is equal to AverageIF tab, again range. So for example, we want to find the average of age for the Latino people. Okay, so we need to select the range first, and then in criteria we need to give Latino, and then the age. Okay, so it is 35.5. So to verify if AverageIF is correct, we know sumIF function now. So let's do sumIF for Latino. SumIF tab, range, if it is Latino, then add their age, bracket close, 213, and then we know countIF also. So is equal to countIF and then the range for Latino. We need to know the count. So 6. So if we divide sum by total count, this divide this, we can get 35.5. So it is verified. Now last is AverageA. So AverageA is a bit more flexible than average function, similar to countA. So average function only works for numerical values, but then AverageA also works for non-numerical values. So what do I mean by this? So although there is no point in finding the average for these text, but then even if we do is equal to average, first let's see what we get with average. See, some sorts of error. But if we do is equal to AverageA and then the selection, so it is giving 0. Again, it uses the same funda for text and numbers. So for text, it is evaluating if it is a number or not. So the answer, the false one, and that's why it is giving the average as 0. So that's it for today. Hope I have been able to make you understand functions a bit more. The more you practice, the better hold you will have on using functions. See you soon in the next video with lots of logical function. Till then, keep up doing good work and continue learning. Thank you.